right, lovelies, I'm going to try to keep this within 20 minutes. So I've made this quiz prep that is exactly like your quiz, in the same order, using the same formulas. The only thing that's different is the numbers. And so if you spend the next 20 or so minutes just watching this video in completion, I will give you up to 10 points of bonus points on your quiz. So the percent of the video that you watched will determine the amount of points that you will receive. And so let's get started preparing for our quiz. This first question says, what is the interior angle sum of the regular hendecagon below? What we need to focus on is interior angle sum. If we look in our notes, we'll see that we can find the interior angle sum by doing 180 n minus 2, where n is the number of sides. And so our n is, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. A hendecagon has 11 sides. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do 180, 11 minus 2. And then I'm going to put that in the calculator. And I get that a hendecagon has 1,620 degrees inside. What is the measure of an interior angle on the shape below? Well, a hendecagon, we had to count the sides. But this shape below, you should not have to count the sides. You should be able to just look at that and see that it is a hexagon. And a hexagon has 6 sides. So n equals 6. And we want to know an interior angle. That's just one interior angle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find the sum, 180 n minus 2. And then we're going to divide by the number of angles. So 180, 6 minus 2, divided by 6. I'm going to put that all in my calculator and see what I get. First thing I'm going to do is press divide. And I get 120 degrees. What is the exterior angle sum for the figure below? Well, the figure below has 12 sides. But the exterior angle sum is always the same. So what is that magical number for the exterior angles? Hopefully you can look in your notes and find out that it is 360 degrees. What is the measure of an exterior angle on the octagon below? So octagons have 8 sides. If we want to find an exterior angle, we do 360 divided by n. 360 divided by the 8 sides. And we get 45 degrees for one of these exterior angles. This angle right here would be 45 degrees. All right, use your vocab to identify each part. Point A is the center. Segment AC is a radius. Segment AB is an apothem. And segment CD is a side. So side times n number of sides equals perimeter. Okay, let's spell perimeter correctly. Perimeter. All right, hopefully I spelled that correctly. So, side length times number of sides equals perimeter. You're going to need to be able to find the perimeter to do this next problem. Find the area of the regular polygon below. And so, keyword area. Anytime we're finding an area in this class, we're using a formula. And so, area of a regular polygon is 1/2 apothem times perimeter. Anytime we're using a formula, we are using parentheses to plug into our formula. So the apothem is 14.4. The perimeter is 13.9 times how many sides there are. Well, let's continue where we left off. We're trying to find the perimeter. And this shape has, I believe, 7 sides. And so we have to do 3.9 times 7 to find the perimeter. $13.9. And we get 97.3. So this is 97.3. This is 14.4. Put everything in our calculator, including 1/2. 1/2, open parentheses, 14.4, open parentheses, close parentheses, and then open parentheses, 97.3. And we get that the area is 700.56 square units. So now it says, given that ABCD is a rectangle, find x and the length of AC. So first we're going to find x. Well, in a rectangle, we know it has all right angles and congruent diagonals. So what we can do, if the diagonals are congruent, that means their halves are congruent because the diagonals bisect each other. We can say 3x plus 38 equals 7x minus 2. We're going to subtract the smaller x, and we get 38 equals 4x minus 2. We're going to add 2 to both sides, and we get 40 equals 4x. Divide by 4 on both sides, and we get x equals 10. Now, x equals 10, we need to take this 10 and plug it back in. 7 times 10 minus 2 is 70 minus 2, which is 68. Now, half of the diagonal is 68. So how long is the whole diagonal? Well, we have to add 68 plus 68. And we get 136 units. All right. Find x and the measure of angle Q. So again, we're going to have to solve for x and then plug in. So to solve for x, first we have to ask ourselves angle P and angle Q. Are they opposite or consecutive? They're consecutive, so that means they're supplementary. 7x minus 13 plus 4x minus 5 equals 180. So we have 11x minus 18 equals 180. Add 18 to both sides, And we have 11x equals 198. Divide by 11 on both sides, and we get x equals 18. Now we want to find the measure of angle Q. So we just need to plug in 18 right here. 7 times 18 minus 13. And put that in our calculator. 7 times 18 minus 13. And we get 113. Angle Q, the measure of angle Q is 113 degrees. Given that the figure is a square, find x. Well, in a square, each angle is 90 degrees. Therefore, the angle that we are given, 23x plus 21, is 90 degrees. We're going to subtract 21 from both sides. And we get 23x equals 69. And now we're going to divide by 23 on both sides. And we get x equals 3. And we're done with this problem. Find the measure of angle F. Okay, this one is multi-step, but the first step is we recognize that angle E and angle G are opposite. And so since they're opposite, they're congruent. 5x minus 9 equals 3x plus 11. We're going to subtract 3x from both sides. These cancel out, and I'm left with 2x minus 9 equals 11. Add 9 to both sides. 2x equals 20. Divide by 2 on both sides. X equals 10. And so now we're going to find the measure of angle F. Well, first we have to plug in 10 right here. 3 times 10 plus 11 is 30 plus 11, which is 41. But that doesn't tell us angle F. If this is 41, then this is 41. But to find angle F, we have to do 180 minus 41. And that's going to be 139. Angle F is 139. The measure of angle F is 139 degrees. Well, thank you for prepping with me. Good luck on your quiz. Do the best that you can. Use this paper to help you.